log in and change some text and maybe even change some images. So here's the login page. You can get that to that by going to rankingmastery/login.asp, or on the Ranking Mastery website. There's a login in the top hand right hand corner. So we're going to put the Salmon Health in there. I'll send you that username. Click login. So this is the main menu currently. We are changing that within the next week or so. It's going to look more like this here. So I'm going to try to make it more cleaner looking so you can see the pages here under each URL. So going back to here, I'm going to go to the sample page. So the visit salmonhealth.com. Click on that. It's kind of like a test page I do. So here's the layout of the pages. Basically, long story short, I'm going to add a basic little area to test with. So I'm going to add like a blank little section to the page, and we'll work with that for now to show you the thing here. So go to this. I'm going to make it a focus. So on here, on anything you're styling, there's a style icon, which is this one right here. So every single thing has it. That one has it. This one has it. Everything has it. Okay. So I'm going to just go to the next one here, which is basically the focus mode. It's only going to show this particular section on the page so we can load the page faster and edit. Okay. Within this, there's a top blue section. Okay. So this is the background, so to speak, of that box. So if I want to make it yellow, okay, or blank or whatever, or put an image behind it, right? That's the background of that, okay? Within that, there's a sub background. So this is called the section inner. So this is the section outer, this is the section inner. Same kind of situation. On the styling thing, I can put a background on that. Okay, so now it's kind of like its inner section, right? Or I can put a background image if I wanted to. Okay, that's the section inner. So you got the section outer, section inner. Okay, I'm gonna refresh that. Then inside of that is where we put now the rows where we start putting the content on the page, the buttons, the text, the videos, the images, all have to have like a box to go in. So everything has to have a box. Okay, so the next one is the green we call rows. So right here we have a 1 row box. Down here we have a 2 row box. You can see the 2 rows. If I wanted to add a 4 row box, I just click on adding a 4 row box, and now I have a 4 row box. So within that we have little box containers. So box 1, 2, 3, 4, we call those columns. So that's column 4, column 3, column 2, column 1. And those can be adjusted by width with the styling. So inside of those, we start putting content. So in the case of up here, we have text box. So everything that's put on the page is put inside of a purple box. We call that an element box. Okay. If I go hover over this, same thing. I have the styling of it. I have the deleting of it. Those are mainly the only 2 things you really want to use in this. This is basically the ID of it. And this is, if you hover over the eye, it'll show you what kind of box it is. So this one's a text block box. Okay. So if we don't have a box, we want to put a new one, we just click on the purple plus, go to the right over here, yep, and then put a text block in, and then we add it, and then it's going to be on the page. So now we got a text block here. Okay. So now how do we style this or edit it? Okay. So basically we go to styling, and over here we have themes, which are basically the different themes for the text, margin and padding, the text styling, so the font size, the type of font, the icon color, the different colors you want to do, the actual color, and then the hover color. So if I want to put this as red, okay, make sure that both at the top, and I want it, when it hovers, to go and be blue. I hit save or preview. Now if I go back to this and I hover, it's going to be blue and it's going to be red. Save. So I'll go back here and I want to put it to just a regular standard color. I would do that. Hit save. You'll notice this is blinking because it's saying mobile is not matching. So you just click on this little mobile icon, click that, and now they'll match. So if we go back to that, you'll see that mobile has the same color as the text color. Again, this is text and hover right there. So there's everything that has color has a basic and then a hover. Below here is a shadow, so we want to put a shadow on it, and the depth of the shadow. So now you'd see there's a little shadow over here on the text. Okay. All right, so if we want to change the font, I'm going to go up to this one because it's kind of bigger. Down here, so we're going to work on this one. So we want to do the different font for it. Say we want to put that, maybe make the size bigger, maybe add some padding on the left, padding on the right. That's just margin. I generally stay away from using margin for everything. So we just really kind of stay away from that because it's all can be done, majority of it can be done for style purposes with padding, because padding is the inside. So maybe put some top, put some bottom, and then hit save. So we have save and preview. Save just saves and doesn't load the screen. Preview saves it and then reloads the entire page. Okay, so we've got that. Again, the style, click on here, and then go over here and style the way we want to. So if we want this to be, you know, that font there, the thickness to be bold, I want it to be uppercase, I want it to be left, right, or center. Okay. If I had an icon, I can put the icon color there. So if I had an icon, put a calendar, the icon color will be red, hit preview, and there it is. Okay. Also in here we have another icon right here, which is like a rotating thing. This will basically change the text, meaning, I'll just show you that in a second, but this is the alignment here. This is the tags for it. So this currently is an H3, but if we want to make it a paragraph, we'd click on P. If we want to make it an H1, it'll change it to an H1. Right here you can do manual changing, or right here you can just change if you want. So we have both manual and on page. So I'm going to center this. Okay, so that's kind of that thing right there. I'm going to get rid of the icon because we don't really need that right now. Just going to put that to none. None. Preview. Okay, so that's how you basically work with text. So if this was a title that said, you know, living, assisted living in San Diego. Okay, I got rid of this right here. What this little button does right here is it'll rephrase or rewrite that. So if we click on that, it's not going to change it to something different. Or it's supposed to. All right, there it is. So assisting living services in San Diego. So you just keep clicking on it, it'll change it to something different consistently. Or you can say, or you can actually type in here, create a paragraph on assisted living in San Diego. And then there it is. So now it's created a paragraph based on what we asked it to do. Pretty cool, right? So that's basically how you add text on a page and how you edit it. Again, next we have the columns here. So if we want to style a column around it, maybe put a background that's kind of like a lighter background, right? Save, and then I'm going to make sure the mobile is the same. If I go preview, I have that there. Okay, so if I go and I look at this page live, I've got now this gray box around it with the text. Okay. So if I wanted to add an image, I would basically go to the plus sign on this, go to image. Everything is in a purple box. So it's going to put a blank thing there. I want the image to be centered. Okay. And I want, say, this image to be there, so I can just drop it in there. Okay. Or you can pick from your, if you already have images in here, you could pick from your images that are existing. So if we want this one to be there, you can select. So we already have some in the gallery, they're there. Okay. So that's adding an image. You can rotate it if you want. You can spin it, have it spin if you want. You can have it align. You can have it smaller or bigger. So I want to go make it smaller, align it to the center. And there we go. Okay, so that's adding an image. So basically, again, recapping, everything has a box. This is the outer, this is an inner section. This is a row box to put rows in. Inside those rows, we start putting, in columns, we start putting the elements, which are purple. So an element can be text, an element can be an image or a video, an element can be a button. So we want to put a button. We just put a button. Then we'd add a button. We could add a bullet list. Okay, it's going to add a bullet list, and then you just go change them. We could add a text, we already did. Image, we already did. Video, you can just add a video. So all of these things can be added on the page, and then if you hit the plus sign, there are even more things, the more options that come up over here on the right. So you have things like an image gallery, right? So if we wanted to add an image gallery, we'd click that. We'd want to do an opt-in email, a form, a video, all these different things basically here that would show up, testimonial sliders, social icons, everything all the way down on the page. So that's basically how to style a page. To go over some of the things up here, this basically gets you to your actual website. The main menu will get you to all your websites. This is like a preview icon. These are other settings. We won't go into those right now. This right here is your details for the page. So basically the basic details for the page. This will duplicate the page or duplicate it to our new website. This is where all your keyword stuff's done. So adding your keywords, creating the pages. This is actually deleting the website, which you don't want to do. This will take you to being in mobile mode. This is basically showing the outlines right here. So if it's highlighted, it means it's showing them. This right here is making it so it's focus mode. So if I click on this, it'll now just show the whole page instead of just that focus area. Okay, so that's that. So now you can kind of see I made a blue area up here and I put some text in it, and that text probably should be white. So let's go change that to white. Okay, so again, I went to focus mode automatically to help speed up loading times. Go back to here, it'll bring it all back. That might confuse you. So on this next one, we got an image in the background, and then we got inside it, we got the text and the button down here. Next one down here is that. I'm going to delete this section here because we don't want it on there. Obviously, it doesn't match. So then you got all the way down the page, you got the same kind of thing, right? So all the way down, you've got different things that you're doing. Okay, hope that helps.